All right, guys, welcome back to my subscriber game here in Australia. And I've had a few requests for this, so let me go ahead and flash the day here, just so you can have some reference if you're not actually in this game. There's a lot of my subscribers that are not in this game because people started adding um, onto my YouTube during this game. A lot of people joined during this game. So a lot of people are in that other subscriber game, the new subscriber game, which I'm also going to cast tonight. But anyway, it's day 22 here, so we're fairly into this game, as you can see. I really just love this river of blue. And there was a little bit of debate within my coalition. What do we do when we get up here? And it was pretty much unanimously decided that we're going to do like a scorched earth sort of thing. We're just going to, because then we're like, well, do we partner with people up here? But, if you go to my another 500 playlist, we're playing with another coalition that we sort of absorbed, and it's worked out kind of okay, except I will say, and I'm not going to mention any names because they may be watching, but I will say it's not the same. Like we're working together. We have right of way and vision with each other. But this one particular guy, like I was invading north and bombing up into somewhere up in here. We're pretty deep into that game. And he did that thing where he runs in after I've been bombing in, and I go to sleep and I wake up in the morning and his troops are there. And it's like, okay, you weren't at war with that country before, and now you're invading in because so that's kind of a dick thing. I think most of us agree. Like if you see one of your allies attacking, you back off. And nope, I woke up and I'd set auto attacks for 3 countries, and stationed some men in front so that they couldn't attack my cannon. Went to bed and came back, and those 3 countries were blue, right? Color of my ally, not green, my color. So I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then maybe the worst thing of all is that he had a big stack of 150 guys and maybe 4 cannon or something. And somehow the country I was attacking rushed in and attacked my air force. And this was a huge blow to me. So he sat there with troops. Now, I don't know whether he was awake or not, but my point being, he sat there with troops while I lost 20 planes. It was awful, 10 bombers and 10 fighters, because they were on the ground. And, I don't even know how it happened. All I know is I woke up and they were engaged in battle, and, half of them were gone. And of course, once they're engaged, they're engaged. So I ran into a bunch of other people to try to fight them, but I lost a lot of guys. And, my quote unquote brother was, I noticed, sitting right there with a big stack of, it's like, dude, you see my Air Force getting shredded, lob in some cannon, send in infantry, man. Cause now our coalition, our force of all of us are, 20 planes weaker. And so I kind of approve of just the scorched earth. Let's just take it. That way we don't have to rely on anybody else, on their honor or sense of play. And we've all proven over and over again to each other that we do have each other's back. So that kind of thing, I don't think is going to happen with us. We're going to stay our tight 8. I am including Otago in that because Otago has been rocking it down here. That's one of the things I want to talk about. We'll get over there in just a bit. And he identified himself early on, and he is next in line to actually be in the coalition since I'm going to drop out. So he's a full member as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, it's really warming my heart. We finally attacked up in here. You will see troops from Esperance, Geraldton. Over here, we've got Geraldton, but we also see Fuji here. I'm sorry, Java. Sometimes I get those confused. Java, here's Esperance up here. I needed to get a little bit closer so we could see. We also see, yep, here we go. Gascoigne. You see that sort of orange wave of Gascoigne. That's awesome. I just love seeing all the people swarming up here. And then here's a lot more coming in from Geraldton. And then finally, my guys are getting there. It's like, oh, our arms are tired from swimming. We've been in this freaking ocean. And it's true, man. I think it takes 6 days for them to get there. So they've been on the ocean for 6 days. Let me go ahead and tell you, if you're a stickler player, then the best way to do that would be to load all of your guys onto a single cruiser and then move that entire stack on top of your cruiser, that entire stack, and then your men won't lose morale while they're at sea. because our morale is getting hurt. And so some of the people mentioned that, and I was like, well, you know, if you're going to grab an entire island and send them, that's the quickest way to get them there. That's all there is to it. If you want to grab your entire island and send them to a boat, then you have to wait for them to rally there. So it's not really terrible, but the guys who are closer to the boat could have kept on going. But instead, they're stopping here at the boat until the guys furthest away from the boat get onto it. And at some point, you have to decide to go ahead and go. The problem is it doesn't move the speed of a boat. So it's not, your cruiser isn't inviting all these people onto the decks and then sailing. No, it's just the cruiser is now defending that flotilla of transport ships. So you move at the speed of the slowest in your stack, which I'm pretty sure cannon and infantry are about the same when it comes to that. But the point is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make you faster. But what it would do, you'd waste some time. So, you know, the first guys on the boat could have been way up here by the time you send the boat. So you're missing a little bit of opportunity there. Essentially, you're sending your whole stack at the speed of the slowest or furthest away troops to get on that boat. But what it will do is it'll keep your morale from going down 20 points while you're, in the ocean for 6 days. And I'm not sure if it's 20, but I looked and saw one of my guys had about a 60 morale. So that's not great. 77 for this character over here. They will go back up once you're in Allied territory. So given that the Allied territory is not terrible, and it doesn't look terrible here, it will go back up as you march through here at day change. But what I'm loving here is a little bit more cooperation here. This, I believe, was Java had this. Yeah, Java had this tip. And I was like, hey, would you mind building a harbor there? And he's like, well, I don't have any lumber. Can I just gift the tile to you? And I was like, yeah, great idea. So he gifted the tile to me. Immediately, I started building a harbor there. You can see I've got a lot of wood. And then the cool thing, too, is that the people who have conquered along here are putting railways in some of their longer territories. So you can see this is a long one here. He's building a railway there. And really, that's the kind of teamwork you love to see, really. I mean, you can see here's another long tile. And so thanks, Java. That's kind of like, that's one of those things where he's building that railway for all of us, because all of us will travel 2.5 times faster, even over Allied territory. So we've talked about this before. Infantry go 36. On your own railways, they go 90. But on an Allied railway, they go 2/3 of that, which is, for whatever reason, 70.3. I'm not sure how they round things, but I looked at it was 70.3. So that's pretty good, considering that normally in infantry, if you're just walking along Allied territory, it'd be 24, right? Only 2/3 of 36. So you'd be going at 24. Instead, you're going 70, right? More than twice that, which of course, that's what the railroad does, 2.5 times your normal speed. So it's a great thing. It really, really is. So, all right, that's it for up here. Just did want to point out that these guys are insatiable. Look at this, man. And then here we do have South Borneo also conquering in as well, coming in here with the coastal navy here. You can see this, who are attacking up here. If these guys start coming in, that's a big country. That's a big nation. So it does seem to me that the reinforcements here from the mainland, Gascoigne, Esperance, me, of course, Geraldton has been up here for a while. All of these guys are going to be very much needed. But, I mean, look at that. I wish I could gather all these. I wish I could gather, because, it won't let you gather Allied troops into your... Oh, it will. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. Well, I guess, but if you gather everything, it only gathers your units, pretty sure. Yeah. So I feel like I gathered my guys, and I think I've got like 300 infantry going up there. Well, let's just do it. Why not? Why the heck not? Let's see what I've got to throw into the battle. Yeah, it causes it to short circuit. I love it. 350 guys, 10 cannon, 3 tanks, and then I've got a bunch of cruisers now that have been built. So, gosh, I almost told them all to stop. What a nightmare. I'm just going to X out of there and click on the ocean to click on something else to get rid of this. Oh, you got to close this window first. So, okay, that's really cool. We're all kind of moving in that direction. One update for me is I believe I've got 5 cruisers in the water, maybe 7, but I do have 5 active ports that are all producing cruisers. So I'm going to just keep on building cruisers on those. A lot of the other major powers are going to start building battleships. They throw so much further, and they're so powerful, and they really stiffen up any cruiser fleet. Um, Anybody who wants to build subs are kind of fun. They're just great recon units. I've found if you attack a battleship, even with 4 or 5, like, you're going to die. You get that first shot, sure, but as soon as you make your first shot, then you're completely visible and they just, destroy you. I did want to mention over here, Otago has finished conquering this. I'm loving it. I did notice 3 cruisers up here and then an additional, I want to say 2 down here. So he's doing that thing, man, that often Otago will do. I also happen to know he's building factories and he's building harbors, and he's going to have the capability of, I think we said 7, maybe 6 or 7. And then, of course, if you just keep on building up those factories, you build those cruisers faster. So he's already a naval power and on his way to becoming a major naval power, which is great. And then as we conquer up in here, we're going to have some issues with morale. I don't know what to do about that because, typically you'll move your capital forward. I may end up moving my capital to Siam. That might be my best move right here, just so that my newly captured provinces won't suffer from that huge loss of being so far away from the capital. Let me just show you right here. Here we go. Click on this guy. So my morale penalty for this one is 33, minus 33, because I'm so far away from my capital. People forget that. And you'll recall I did move my capital to the right. Whoa, I hate when it slingshots like that. I did move my capital to the right and center to kind of be more central to all this stuff. But I could certainly consider moving it here, but it's not really that much closer. So I need to think about it. You can see this territory is has equilibrium here at 91%. As soon as I move it, that's going to go down. There's just no question about it. And I don't have a lot of steel. One fix you can do, of course, is just go around and building fortresses, which give a plus 5% to morale. So you can slap a Band-Aid on the problem by doing that. But really, I got to think hard about if I want to move my headquarters, so to speak, all the way up here. But that's for later. I haven't reached the front. I'm sort of on the peninsula now, which is nice, but I haven't even joined the battle yet. So not a lot more to say. I do see some activity up here. It looks like from, Gascoigne. All right, my dude. And I assume he's got some infantry on his way up there as well. That's great. So yeah, that's about it. I want to keep these short if possible because I'm going to be casting the new subscriber game, and I'm also going to try to cast the another 500 a few more times as well. I got to tell you, losing 20 planes really sucked, and then also kind of seeing that that maybe some of my conquests are going to be sniped out from under me by allied nations. It's like, okay, wow, that's not great, Like I've gotten used to the brotherhood we have here, so. I'm spoiled, I guess. All right, guys, thanks for checking in. I think when I come back, I might wait until all of these get onto, not all of them, but enough of them get up to here where we start swarming into Asia. So I might wait a couple days for our update. So thanks for checking in, guys. I'll see you next time. Adios, amigos. Pew.